when you look at a bathroom, you think about it's dirty, and that can get really nasty. And when you look at a bathroom, it's a kind of a you've got to have one, but the reality is you don't want to use it unless it's clean. And you know, in the last blog, I had talked about how our students, you guys, are willing to serve. And when I first started in ministry, when I was first a youth pastor and a master's commission director, I was also the janitor. And so I always had a mop in my hand, and I was always scrubbing a toilet. And I remember thinking at that time, I'm a pastor, why am I scrubbing a toilet? Why do I got to do this job? But I had to do that job to pay the bills. And when I think about service, when I think about being a servant, as Jesus talks about being a servant, that means getting down in the dirty. It means getting down at the grassroots and cleaning stuff that nobody else wants to clean. And really, when we look at Jesus, that's what he was about. He was about going into the nasty places. He was about going into the people's lives that really didn't have it all together, and nobody else wanted to help him clean up their life. He went to the prostitutes. He went to the lepers. He went there and served them. And I think about that aspect, and it really changed my life when I began to think about, you know what, it's good to clean this toilet. It's good to get down on my knees and scrub something. It's good to hold a mop in my hand, because it teaches me that I need to learn to serve. And I need to be willing to clean something that nobody else will clean. Because really that's what my life's like. My life is dirty, and really Jesus is the only one that really wants to take the time and clean my life up. What about you? Have you ever looked at yourself and said, I'm a little dirty? And have you wondered, is there anybody that really wants to spend time in my life? Sometimes that's hard to find. But I will tell you something, Jesus is always ready to say, you know what, I don't care how messy you get, I'm going to help you clean up. Let's take that a step further. Are we willing to serve other people, even when they're dirty? Are we willing to serve other people when they're messy? Are we willing to take on the jobs that nobody else wants? And I believe that in our heart, there is something that says, I can do that. Yeah, it's a little gross. Yeah, it's nasty sometimes. But I am going to do it. And Jesus puts that in our heart. So I want to encourage you this week. Next time you run into the bathroom, or you're walking down the hallway at school, or whatever it is, and you see somebody that needs to get served, but you think, oh, I might get my hands dirty, or I don't know if I could do that. That's below me. Reconsider. Reconsider, because I know Jesus would. He would say, I'm going to serve them. No matter how dirty, no matter how nasty they are, I will serve them. And we need to take on that heart. And we need to let that part that's inside of us, that's deep inside of us, we need to let it grow. And we need to say, I'm going to serve somebody no matter how dirty they are. Because you know what, in the end, we're all the same. We're all messed up. We're all nasty sometimes. And if we can remember that, there's nothing we can't do. So find somebody to serve this week. Find somebody to serve and be Jesus to somebody.